Hi, good morning. Let me turn this light off. This is too much. Where's the light switch? There we go. Good morning and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 679. I'm Kristin Omdahl and we are here live in Southwest Florida in my studio today. I wanted to talk to you a little bit technically about some fun stuff that's perfect timing for fall right around the corner. So that's why I thought we'd come back in here this morning. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Hello, Grace and Joe, Kiranjit, Lisa, Grace. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome back to the podcast. Hi, Julia, Irene, Naomi, Donna. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Lorraine, Danielle, Kathy, Constance. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Thea. Hi, Linda. Guess what? I have something off topic to share first of all this morning. I cut my own hair last night, like not bangs. I cut all my hair. You know how I've talked a couple of times that as soon as I thought my hair got long enough, because I knew I needed a trim, I was going to flip my hair forward like this, but brush it so that it all came together and then trim it. Well, I did it. I trimmed dead ends about 1.5 inches off last night, and look, it looks pretty straight still. Can you believe that? Hopefully it does. You guys can tell me, does it still look straight? Because I trimmed 1.5 inches off my hair. So if I didn't do it straight, then you would definitely know, because I didn't just trim a little bit. But I noticed yesterday, oh good, you guys think it looks straight too. Great. I did a terrible job blow drying my hair this morning, but still, you could definitely tell if it wasn't straight. So I brushed it all forward, and I have proper hair cutting scissors, and I just went snip, 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 and a few pieces were as much as this long, but it's because my ends were so thin and straggly that I just couldn't take it anymore. So I feel real. Oh, and my friend told me that yesterday was a full moon and that that's the right day to get your hair cut if you want your hair to grow. So she was at the salon and I was really feeling jealous. Not jealous, but I don't know, wishing that I had thought ahead like she did and said, well, that's it. Then today's the day you learn how to cut your own hair. So I literally got up from my desk. My hair had already been done for the day. I think I just blow dried it straight yesterday with some product in it. But anyway, I just walked right into the bathroom, brushed it forward, snipped it, and said, there, done. She also told me that I was supposed to find a banana tree to bury the clippings in, and I had already thrown it in the garbage, so there's that. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your feedback, because it's hard to tell on yourself if you actually cut it straight or not. So thank you. Yay, I'm excited. That means the longer it grows, the easier this is going to get. Now, not everybody's hair is this easy. I have super fine, baby fine hair. So that's what makes this type of cutting. And it's longer now. Hi, Rita. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining live. If I didn't say your name, I still appreciate you being here. It's just because I was chatting. And if you end up watching the recorded version, welcome as well. I know most people end up watching the recorded version. This is episode 679 of Create, Share, Inspire podcast. Can you believe it? We're almost to 700, and closer to 1,000 every day. I don't know. Sometimes it hits me harder than others, but wow, amazing. Hi, Sandshell. If you have any questions for me, please also feel welcome to ask those, whether it's live or in the recorded version. And also, if you would like to share what you are working on, that would be wonderful too. I know I would like to hear it, and everyone else would as well. If you are curious about what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing the Brandy knit top pattern, and I've posted a link to the pattern and the yarn that I used in the video description and in the fixed comments. This is in Be So Sporty yarn in colorway Sandcastle, which is a really pretty golden sand color. You can see it's a top down with some lace at the yoke, and then goes to simple stockinette for the body. Super easy. once you get past the lace yoke. Ends up becoming quite the Zen project when you're coming down to the second half of the project. Julie is making a pocket shawl. Wonderful. Those seem to be very popular right now. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Judy, for sharing the links. Lisa's working on another meadow poncho. Let's see, what book is that from? That is from Layers Crochet, I think, so I can show you a photo. I probably have the sample too, but it would be easier to show you the pattern here than there. Let's see. There it is. Lisa's making the meadow poncho, which is this beautiful rectangular poncho that is available in my book, Layers Crochet, but it's also a pattern that you can find as a single pattern download on my website as well. And because it's squared off, there are no points that point down, and it's so flattering on, and you can wear it in a couple of different ways. You can flip it so that the stripes are horizontal or vertical. Hopefully you can see that there. And you can see that the stitch pattern is not very difficult either, and it's so pretty. It would be pretty, but it's also really pretty in 2 colors as well. And this one's also would be so sporty yarn. Really pretty. I love the meadow poncho. And as soon as it starts getting a little cooler around here, I can wear mine again. Okay, what else is everybody working on? I finished weaving in my loose ends on this beautiful shawl yesterday. This is going to be called the Shadow Bloom Shawl, and we are super close to releasing the pattern. It'll be out very soon. I have the pattern and the charts done. I do not have the video tutorial done yet. That will be the last component before releasing everything, but very excited to release that. That'll be fun. And I finished that baby sweater yesterday with the hood. So you can see that the hood turned out adorable on this little hooded pullover or hoodie, I guess. And I did do a shaped hood, and that's why we are in the studio today, because I wanted to talk to you about the different ways that you can make a hood. In fact, what book do I need to pull back down because of that? I think it's 52 Crochet Gifts, because what's interesting about this hood that is shaped is that it has the same construction style of shaping as what I'm going to show you, but in reverse. And I'm going to explain it, and then I'm going to talk about different ways to make hoods, which I think is timely since everyone's probably starting to think of fall projects right now, and you may be wondering, how in the heck do I make a hood if I want to make a hood on something? So this Sarah hooded scarf also has a shaped hood, and look at the shape on here. Can you see that this would be the front right here, and this would be the back of the head. Can you see how it's shaped in an oval? Now I want to show you that, and then I want to show you this one again. So there's the top of the head, like I said, and there's that oval on the back side of the head. Do you recognize that same shape? So they would be like this. See how it's a straight line, but then an oval at the back side? Okay, so the reason why I'm showing you that is because the Sarah, that really pretty pink adult hood, starts with a chain here, okay? So you make a chain, and then you work along both sides of the chain. Here, we'll do it on the board. Adding increases at that back end to create that oval. So let's say you start your chain, right? We've got our chain. So the Sarah hood is single crochets in each of those chains until we get to the back end here, and then it's increases along there, and then even here. And then as we work another row of even single crochet along either side of that center chain, it's more increases along here so that this side grows. And as that side grows, it gives you the shaping that you need for the back of the head so that the hood grows down. I did that in the opposite direction here. I picked up along the neck band here from the center front all the way around to the other side of the center front and worked up even in pattern, all just even in double crochet till I got to about the top of the head. Then I paid attention to what the beginning and end stitches were for the center back and marked those 2 stitches to start my decreases, and then worked decreases in the following rows until there were no more back stitches. And when there's no more back stitches and you don't have 3 sides anymore, then you just have the 2 sides and all your decreases coming down to nothing here, and then you're ready to sew up that seam. Isn't that cool? So now, those are only 2 different ways to make hoods. There are lots of different ways to make hoods, and that also stems from whether or not you want to do top down, bottom up, if you want a shaped hood, if you want a pointed hood. There are lots of different ways to do it. If you want to do it in motifs, if you want to do it without shaping at all. Let's see. Okay, so I think I'm going to need to cut paper for the next part that I want to show you. Let's see if I can, or can I do it here? Let's see. I got to figure out. Okay, I think we can do it from here. Okay, so let's say that this is the hood. And let's say that this is the hood on the baby here. If you wanted to make this a pointed hood, you would have to make it much taller to accommodate for this area, and then it would come to a point. So let's say you just made it straight, and well, you'd leave this down. If you didn't do any shaping up here, that's when this comes to a point. If you want it to grow in the back, you would have to do increases back there instead of decreases. And that works better when you do a hood with 2 pieces, because then well, let's see, let's do that a little better. Okay, so let's say that this is the neck then, right? This would be the neck that you would start, and you would increase on both sides of those and then sew up the back and then sew up so that this becomes, I might have to, let me tape it a little bit. We're going to do a couple of examples this morning if this works. So I'm going to tape those 2 seams so that you can see what this would look like once it's seamed, because I want to still be able to open up the neck edge so you can see this in 3 dimension. But if you wanted to make a hood that came to a point in the back, you would make 2 pieces that were tall enough to go from the neck, not just as tall as the head, but tall enough to meet in the center, and you would increase along the one side so that it could come to a point. Okay, so there's your hood then with the point. Because I know yesterday some people were saying that they liked a hood that came to a point for some people. I do not like hoods. I do like pointed hoods. I like hoods that are shaped and round in the back. The other thing that's really cute with a rounded one, especially for babies, is that you could put ears on this. You could put little kitty ears or little teddy bear ears. You could put pom-poms on either side here, and you could still do the traditional pom-pom in the back too. I don't know. I love a shaped hood. Okay, so then there's another way that you can do a shaped hood with motifs. And so it's going to look like I'm doing this backwards, but bear with me a second. Let's take, okay. I might have to do this on paper first. Okay, let's say you want to do a shaped hood in motifs. So you could take 3 motifs, and then this side would be joined to, let's say, the left front of the body. This would be joined to the right front of the body. This would be joined to this, and then this would be joined to itself. And that would give you a shaped hood. So now that I said that, let me make 3 motifs. I might have to make 3 here. These will turn out the same size. Okay, so let's say these are our 3 motifs then, right? Maybe I should have. So we're going to tape our 3 motifs together, because that would be these 2 lines here to start with. And what I'm hoping that you discovered this morning is that a shaped hood is not too fancy and not too difficult to do, and that there are lots of ways to do it. So no matter how you want to do it, you could still do it. Okay, I think this is going to work now. So I've got my 3 motifs, right? So how big would you want your motifs? As big as you want to cover your head. So whatever length it is from here to here and from here to here, you would want that to be the size of the square. So maybe 10 inches. Let's say each of these were 10-inch squares. And then you could put it on any sweater, any scarf, any poncho, anything, right? So you make your 3 squares to the size that would be from your shoulder to the top of your head, and hopefully that also is from the front to the back of your sweater as well. And so you've got your 3 motifs, and what did we say here? We said that the first motif would be joined to the third, and that the middle motif would be joined to itself. So start by folding those 2 together and see what happens. These 2 will get joined to each other. Okay, I lost. Here we go. Okay, let me think for a second. It feels like I did this wrong now because this is coming to a point. This has to join to itself. How does this one join to itself? I guess it... Okay. There we go. It's coming to a point. I did this recently and it didn't come to a point, so I'm thinking something... Well, anyway, this one comes to a point. So let's undo that real quick, because there's got to be another way. It has to join to itself this way to not be a point. See, even I get thoughts mixed up in my head. See, you would want this to come down and join to itself this way so that it would come, so it would be flatter back there. How did I do that? Huh, I'm stumped now. Anyway, hopefully you've understood a little bit more of this. Does anybody have any questions about this? This one didn't work out this morning. We'll come back to that one. I'll have another project to show you where we can come back to that one another day. I don't know why. You know how sometimes you just can't wrap your head around something? I can't wrap my head around it today. The other ones I can go over more extensively. So I'm going to wait a second. Will that hooded pattern be available soon? This one, yes, it is going to be available soon. And it's going to be in sizes newborn through 10 years old. And I did get some requests yesterday to make it adult sizes too. I will think about that. Probably not do it exactly the same. Maybe what was I gonna say? I lost my thoughts. Yes, this is done in Be So Baby yarn. You know, answering questions and talking, sometimes I can walk and chew gum and sometimes I can't. Hi, Chris. Yes, this uses Be So Baby yarn. This is in colorway turquoise. And I think to do an adult version, I might do a little variation on the stitch pattern, but this one will be sized through 10 years old. So there's going to be 7 sizes from newborn through 10. So that's exciting because I know I've had a lot of requests for doing child sizes, not just baby sizes. So I'm excited that this pattern will accommodate those wishes. And like we talked about yesterday, there's so many ways to still modify something that's this simple. It's a double crochet sweater, but you can add a hood, you can skip the hood, you could add any sort of little cute character appliques along the front here. You could put ears on here, you could put pom-poms on here, you could do stripes or change the color or color block. Do one color for the hood, one color for the sleeves, one color for the front and back. So there's so many different ways that you can still even modify a simple double crochet sweater. And I think that that's really fun too, because not only is that fun for the first time, but what about when you're making something multiple times? Or let's say you're making something for twins, or you want to make several sweaters for a baby so that there's a different sweater for every day of the week. You could make it in different colors. You could put different appliques on each one, maybe stars on one, maybe kitty feet, or a little dolphin, or I don't know, a little whale, all sorts of different things, or flowers, butterflies, all sorts of things. A sailboat. I know one of the first sweaters that I made for Marlon when he was a baby, I made a nautical sweater and I put an anchor on the front of his sweater. I did that. I think it was embroidery that I did for that, but still. That's another thing. You could do embroidery, and you could do letters. You could actually make chains the length that you need to draw out a name. And once you've made the chain, then you could stitch it down, or you could do surface slip stitch crochet and work your letters that way. So you could make a cute expression. You could write the word love. You could put the child's initials or their name. I mean, the list just goes on and on. There's so many ways that you could take a simple double crochet sweater like this and customize it. Unlimited ways. And I'm sure there's even more. I think the comments are moving really slowly this morning. Does anybody have any questions? Thanks, Pat. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, my brain froze on the motif hood this morning. I don't know. I'm just going to let it go. Instead of sitting here and freaking out and being embarrassed that I made a mistake, I'm just going to let you guys know that, hey, I'm not perfect and I made a mistake and we'll do better tomorrow. I'll go back and look at my notes and see where I went wrong, and maybe we'll do the motif hood again tomorrow. But the other information was all good. Yep, there's nothing wrong with making mistakes, right? Nothing wrong. It's what you do after you make the mistakes that counts. Ah, Rennie's trying the nail polish that I use. That's awesome. Hopefully you like it. What color did you get? Yes, this doll does look real. She's a cutie. She or he, I'm not sure. She has pants on from another pattern that's coming soon too. Got lots of patterns coming soon. But yeah, he or she looks like looks like they're sleeping. Sweet little baby. I love my dolls. I use them for models, as you know, but I really do love them. They're so sweet. And I don't know, it's just fun to dress them. It's fun to design baby stuff and dress my dolls. Ah, Rennie got Cake Pop. No, Cake Pop, that's the light pink. Today I'm wearing Pop Rock pink, I think. This is the bright pink. And you got a light blue. Wonderful. Yeah, we all make mistakes. Oh well. I've just got a lot spinning in my brain right now, I guess. Oh, by the way, anybody that is a Garth Brooks fan or possibly just wants to watch an inspirational story about a success story that through hard work and determination, the documentary series on Garth Brooks that just came out on Netflix is amazing. A friend of mine told me about it last night, and I started watching it this morning while I was getting ready. Um, Absolutely so inspirational. He worked really hard and believed in himself for a real long time, and the way he appreciates everything that he's been through, he's filled with so much gratitude and he's so humble. I actually choked up. I've only watched like 20 minutes of it, and I've choked up all the way through as he's choking up telling his story. It's unbelievable. So if that's something that you're interested in, I highly recommend watching it. There are 2 episodes so far for the first season and possibly a second season. So I don't know. But so far, I'm just really emotionally blown away by his story and his attitude and his advice. Very, very inspirational. So I thought I'd share that. I think it's just called Garth, Joe. I'm not sure, but if you go to Netflix and you just search Garth, it comes right up, and I'm almost certain that it was called Garth. Just unbelievable. Love it. And so many people give their it reminds me of The Last Dance, the one that I just watched with Michael Jordan, because it talks to people currently and has video of people back in the day of what they're talking about. But the way he tells his story is extremely emotional and inspirational. How do you get Netflix? Sharon wants to know. It's a website. You can go to netflix.com. It's a streaming service. So now I think the next song that I need to learn to play on piano is going to be the dance. I just realized that I haven't added that to my list. Oh, and I did do a new Name That Song video this morning on Instagram and on Facebook. So if you want to play along with me, I did do a new clip for a song for people to guess what I'm playing on piano. My podcast just froze. Yeah. So it was. Oh, okay, we're back. Sorry, guys. It looks like I'm losing connection this morning. So let's wrap it up then. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the demo, chatting with me, and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.